Welcome back, guys, to the second round of the LS Series Invitational Standard Finals. Today we have the second round, and we're actually here with the winner of last year's Invitational in Phillip Franken, who went to one of the GPs overseas in England. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
I think he went to England.
So we're looking at quite the match here, as Sinan Effendi is also one of
previous team captain of South Africa.
For a couple of years in a row. He's been on the team, so
Arclight, I really like this card. So now I'm playing like a blue-red. I think you'd define it as a tempo deck, but it is very tricksy. So it like cheats the Arclight Phoenixes out. It plays Crackling Drakes, which are far too large for 4 drops. They draw cards and fly. And the Enigma Drake, which is similar to the Crackling Phoenix. The Phoenix Crackling Drake.
Yeah.
In that they grow based on instants and sorceries that you've used.
Yeah, so the premise of this deck is to get Phoenixes into your graveyard and then
cost a bunch of spells.
Yeah, cost a bunch of spells. And you see like your whole deck over a game because it's just full of cantrips. There's like 16 cards that actually matter in the deck. So we're gonna see a bad
Phillip. Yeah, he's obviously offering a 2-for-1 here.
Oh, okay, he was going for it. So he'll shock the Drake and get the 2-for-1, yeah. Okay. So you missed the trigger on purpose here? Can you do that? Is it a May?
What is this?
He cost the Phoenix. I mean, he cost the Steamkin afterwards, but didn't put the counter.
It is just a missed trigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see it go back to Sinan, and I think we're gonna hope that he has another threat. So we're gonna see the Crackling Drake here, I believe.
Maybe he's unaware.
Oh, Murmuring Mystic. Okay, so this is a.
It could be that he's unaware of the fact that it's any red spell and not just red instant and sorcery.
Yeah. So
Murmuring Mystic is a real brick.
Yeah. So this is a bit of technology against the aggressive decks. So it creates chump blockers.
Pretty much lights out for Phillip here if he can't deal with it.
Yeah, and from Phillip's hand, I think he might have to 2-for-1 himself with Wizard's Lightning and Shock.
He's really got to get rid of it right now.
Oh, he's gonna go for the risk factor. So I think Sinan's gonna take the 4 here.
And maybe he's trying to grow the Steamkins to a size that they can't just be
dead.
You can't just take the damage. Okay, so now they're real threats. This is 8 power coming in. Sinan's probably forced to block. He's tapped out. He can't make any birds. Phillip.
So we're gonna see in a I think Sinan's gonna take it and then
16 here.
Yeah. So is he blocking?
He should. I mean, Phillip's got no damage. He's played his land for the turn. There's no way.
Oh, he's gonna take it.
Is Murmuring Mystic a 5 or 4?
Yeah, it's a 1/5. It's a 1/5.
So he just takes all the damage. I think he blocked it. I saw a block.
Yeah, he definitely blocked it.
I'm gonna get a life total update, but
he definitely blocked it. He would have blocked it. So I think Sinan's just gonna hope to cost a bunch of cantrips and get a couple. Okay, so we're gonna see. Okay, after damage, he's gonna Wizard's Lightning. But doesn't he still have a shock in hand?
He doesn't have.
Oh no, he used the shock already. So I think.
Oh, he had mana on the.
Yeah, you can use the counters. So we're gonna see Lava Coil. Yeah, that works. That gets rid of both. Oh, he can use the mana. Okay, so we might see him use the mana and then cast the spell in order to grow the other one. Ooh,
he's got a risk factor in the graveyard.
Yeah, he's gonna go risk factor in response, and then it's gonna be a 3/3. So this seems maybe like a misstep for Sinan, as he could have let the mana float between pools and then do it end of turn. So this is a little awkward from Sinan here.
Yeah. He's not obligated to stay with any decisions he's made if Phillip is responding.
Yeah. So we're gonna see this, and it's gonna. Okay, so wait, but both spells were still in the stack. So wouldn't the mana still be in the pool? Maybe it was just there for a little while, but I think he would have waited until he floated the mana to
I'm not certain what happened there.
Okay, so we're gonna see the Lava Runner get in for 2.
Putting Sinan down to 10.
And I believe I did see a Crackling Drake in Sinan's hand, so I believe he may be able to stabilize here. So he has Tormenting Voice, Radical Idea, and Crackling Drake. So we're going to see the Crackling Drake, drawing a card. Gonna play. Oh, it's a Lava Coil. Okay. So Phillip seems to be in between a rock and a hard place. And I think his plan is to cast the risk factor from his graveyard in Sinan's turn. So I think his draw for the turn, yeah, his draw for the turn was Charter Course. No, we're gonna see Lava Claw on the Lava Runner. We're gonna see. I think he's gonna play all of his cantrips, still in his main phase to boost the Crackling Drake as much as possible. Okay, so he draws Shock. So I think we're gonna see Charter Course here again. Actually, we may see the. See, for Sinan with the Charter Course, I don't know if you attack first, then cast the Charter Course just to have 2 cards, or if you just want to be able to.
It depends if he's got the Phoenix in hand or not.
Okay, so he's going for the Shock instead, and then we're going to see the Phoenix come back along with the Crackling Drake. And I think
if you have one in hand, just run out the Charter Course first, because the Phoenix only triggers at the beginning of combat. So
I feel like this may be a 2-turn clock.
It's tight. How big is that?
Okay, I think it would be 10 power if Phillip is attacking with it.
No, how big is the Drake?
Yeah, I think the Drake would be 10 power if Sinan's only attacking with that, as he is on 10. And
okay.
Yeah, I think he's just saying that I have a 2-turn clock no matter what happens.
Okay, so Phillip goes down to 10 as well.
Yeah. I don't know if it's exactly 10, but I'm assuming it's around 10. So we're going to see. I think we're just going to see the attack here with the Crackling Drake, and the game's going to be over. Draw 2 from the Charter Course. We're going to see him discard one of these lands.
Oh wait, this is in his next main phase.
Yeah, because you want to draw a spot to put in the grave. I like a radical idea to boost the Drake. So I think he's just doing a count. I believe it's 10. I think he may cast a radical idea from his graveyard, because the Crackling Drake still counts the cards in exile. So if he draws another spell, and that is the one that he needs for lethal, I believe that's a mountain though. So we're gonna see. I don't know what Sinan's afraid of here. Just the Phoenix?
Just 3?
Okay, so
yeah, I think he's just trying to protect his life total a bit.
I believe he said Phillip goes to 9. So
okay, so the Crackling Drake was a 9 power creature the previous turn.
So not lethal just yet. I think he was hoping to draw into 2 spells and finish the game. So I think this may be.
So it's currently at 10.
Yeah, I don't think Phillip's the player who would run Lava Coils in his red aggro deck. So I think we'll see Frenzy, and then we're gonna see.
That's a card.
He's already played his land for the turn, so 1 mana is not gonna do much. Okay, and we're gonna go to game 2.
There's not a lot of options. I don't know, like how red actually, like, what does a mono red deck even do in standard at this point? What do these things look like?
I think they go bigger off the sideboard. I think they sideboard in Phoenixes. Okay, so
no, he's just going. He's got a Lannery, which is weird. Banefires is nice, but it gives him a way to go later. But
I think he's going bigger, but more with spells than with creatures than is normally seen, which is kind of interesting. I do like Captain Lannery Storm, but I was expecting Rekindling Phoenixes. So Sinan here in his sideboard is going to bring in the.
Look, Phillip definitely needs the Fight with Fires here. It's the big removal that he can point at.
It hits all of the X-Force in the deck.
Yeah, it kills an Arclight Phoenix in a pinch, which isn't that great.
From Sinan's
got 3 Murmuring Mystics in his deck, but for some reason they're on 2 separate lines. I'm not sure why it looks like that.
Yeah, it's the sideboard. That's the sideboard, but the word sideboard's not there, so it's just putting everything into his main deck.
Oh, I see.
So just that,
Just gonna.
So I believe from Sinan's point of view, he's gonna bring in the Shivan Fire, the extra Murmuring Mystic, the Siege Gang Commander, and the. Okay, we're gonna see his deck now. Okay, so now we can see his sideboard. So he's gonna bring in the Murmuring Mystic, the Siege Gang Commander, the Fiery Cannonades, and the Shivan Fire. What do you think of Entrancing Melodies?
Okay, so it's double blue X,
Double blue X, gain control of target
CMC X
creature.
or
Yeah,
less.
CMC X. I think it might be just X.
Okay, sure. Why would you do the
Yeah.
or less thing? It's targeted.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look at it quick. Entrancing Melody.
Yeah. Yeah, with mana
Yeah,
cost
sure.
X.
So Philip's got a lot of 2-mana creatures, and I think Sinan. I mean, his deck operates on 3 to 4 mana, so it's something that he will cast in the game.
Do you think he may just have enough removal as is? So I think for sure it'll be the Shivan-Fire, the Cannonades, the Siege Gang, and the
Entrancing Melody is a bit more versatile in that it is removal. It'll give them the opportunity to trade
with their own
card
creatures,
for a card, but it also can put a little bit of pressure on in the right situation. I'd love to take a Chain Whirler with it because that just completely blanks everything that Philip has on the ground.
Or the cool thing could be he could take a Steamkin and then
and then just
that's
ride
a big creature for low mana and then just grow it for
and
himself.
It's essentially an Electromancer. If you keep playing red spells.
So I think we're seeing the player sideboard over there. What do you think about the maximized velocity? Do you still want to have the glass cannon option of just hitting them with the Drake out of nowhere for lethal, giving them haste with the?
I don't like that it's not a cantrip. It just seems like it's like a cute one of that they play to just get you. That's like an odd copy of Assault Strobe or Team Your Battle Rage in some decks in older formats. Just that one of. I don't know if you keep it in. If you need the space, I just cut it.
I think he'll probably cut that. I'm not. I think you still have to play Lava Coil. It's like
the removal is essential. He has no choice but to keep in the removal.
I think the creatures he'll take out of probably the Electromonsters, as there are 2-drop that can trade early, but they're by far the weaker creature in his deck, and the X4s actually just block everything while in the deck generally. The one thing I'm surprised to not see at all from Philip is any Lava Coils himself. He's just packing the Fight with Fires and Banefires. So I guess the Fight with Fire serves as his Lava Coil.
It's slightly more expensive, but it hits. It's 5 damage.
Yeah,
3 mana for 5 damage. It's quite efficient, and it deals with all the creatures in Sinan's deck, really.
All of the creatures. It also hits Murmuring Mystic, which is very relevant.
I think that's the real clutch aspect of it. But these guys seem to be done.
So seeing them presenting here.
Actually, listening to what Philip is saying about the Murmuring Mystic.
Yeah, I think because I did see a Wizard's Lightning and a Shock in his hand, and I don't think he went for the Shock and then just attack.
Yeah, that might have been it, actually. Just Shock, swing in, and then see how the block happens. If he doesn't, then you can follow up with the Wizard's Lightning, and if he does, you Wizard's Lightning before damage.
So we're going to see the Firebrand from Philip, putting Sinan down to 19.
Good old Raging Goblin.
Yeah. Sinan's hand looks very mana
Can't really see
intensive.
What's going on there.
I believe he has 4 basics in his hand.
I think he pulled the Lava Coil to the front, so he's considering the first thing to remove, because that's probably order of the day.
So he's on 5 lands Phoenix in his hand.
Remove the most important threats.
So we're going to see the Lava Coil on the Steamkin, I believe.
Yeah, I'd get rid of it right now. I'm not interested in you getting mana for that. Sulphur Falls.
Oh no, okay, so he drew the...
Tormenting Voice.
Okay, yeah. So I think he's got Enigma Drake and not the Phoenix. So
yeah, also would have been the Phoenix in the graveyard right now.
So he may be looking to maybe get some more value of the Lava Coil, and maybe Philip just plays a bunch of spells into the Steamkin and Sinan can get some more value. But I think...
I'm not sure I would have let the Steamkin stick here. It represents a lot more damage.
So we're going to see an attack for 5. And the good thing about these Firebrands is it presents some more damage later. Sinan's down to...
He's just
13.
taken...
5? Yeah.
So 6, 7. There's a shock.
Oh,
he's taken 7 points of damage this turn. It It would have been 4 had he lava coiled here.
Yeah. I think he may have been a bit greedy.
Yeah, now he's kind of forced to commit a creature so that he doesn't fall too far behind on tempo. And he's going to take another chunk of damage. He's just going to.
I think Philip's trying to figure out if he wants to Wizard's Lightning and then finish off the Drake with one of the Firebrands. And then
it might be a play.
Get in for 5. So I don't know what the rest of Philip's hand contains. So he's got Lightning Strike. Okay, so we'll see the Lightning Strike.
An Experimental Frenzy at the end there. Yeah, so he's got 2 burn spells and an Experimental Frenzy, which I'm pretty sure he's going to try and get rid of ASAP.
So we're going to see the Lightning Strike on the Drake, I believe.
Does he have anything to do with the 1 mana? I keep forgetting Steamkin actually makes mana.
Yeah, so Philip went for the line of Lightning Striking the Drake and then finishing it off. And he's going to
swing
attack
in,
it for 5.
pay 3, cast Experimental Frenzy.
Yeah, we're going to see the remove the counters, play the Frenzy. Yeah.
Possibly the most disgusting red card advantage spell printed in the last 5 years. It's actually pretty silly. I still don't. I don't believe in Experimental Frenzy, but I've seen what it can do. And it's a frightening thing. Yeah. When the red deck starts drawing as many cards as they can play. Plays his Preordain.
Yeah. So I think Sinan's gonna want this crackling. No, the Enigma Drake here as another blocker. But I think Philip has the Wizard's Lightning here, so.
Wizard's Lightning is in his hand, and there's an Experimental Frenzy on the board. So he was interested in the card advantage, as opposed to pumping through damage here. He does have a thing on board, and Sinan has nothing.
Yeah.
So now he's still sitting on that lava coil, though. So no, he's played it. Sorry.
Yeah. So the thing is, if Sinan ever goes to 3 life, Philip can always opt to crack the frenzy.
Yeah, smash at end of turn, and then just Wizard's Lightning. At whatever point is convenient.
Okay, so we're gonna see the Crackling Drake from Sinan. You can't cast that spell. Yeah.
Yeah, he just realized.
Okay, so we don't know what Philip drew for the turn.
He's sitting a bit far back, so we can't really see his hand.
Are there many spells in Philip's deck that he can't just cast off the top of his deck? Okay, so we're going to see a fight with fire.
Well, everything's red.
We're going to see a fight with fire on the Crackling Drake. And this means that Philip does have lethal with the combination of the Firebrand's attack and
so he swings and then he can just
the Wizard's Lightning
pop the Wizard's Lightning and then sack the Firebrand or whatever.
Yeah. The issue is that the Fanatical Firebrand is a Goblin Pirate, not a Wizard. Which means that...
Oh yeah, he'd have to take 2 turns. Sinan has no way to gain life though. And his burst damage is kind of under control at this point.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything larger than 4 power.
Yeah. The only way I could see him maybe getting this game out of nowhere is with another Enigma Drake and
the Enigma Drake is currently
or something.
A 4/4.
Okay, so I believe Philip has lethal on the following turn.
I think he just passes back.
Yeah.
Cracks his Experimental Frenzy at the end of turn, shoots him with a Firebrand.
Yeah. So I think Sinan has to hope that he still has the maximized velocity in his deck.
Even if he draws another 4/4 and gives it haste, he's got 8 damage at most. Yeah. He doesn't even have a 2-turn clock here. Philip has a 2-turn
maybe
clock.
He can just get the nuts and put a bunch of phoenixes into the graveyard, but I don't think he has access to this.
He's dead next turn.
Yeah.
Even an additional 9 power here is not going to do much. 13, 14, 15,
okay, so
16.
We're going to see the Kraken response.
It would represent 16 damage if you manage to magically get 3 phoenixes in the graveyard.
Yeah.
And then reanimate them.
So
if he did hit the 4th one, that would be lethal.
So I do believe this is Sinan's game here then. I mean, Philip's game here. As he is gonna crack the Frenzy and then cast the Wizard's Lightning. We're gonna see a big ol' attack for
7, 8.
8. Okay, so we're gonna see
it's kind of big.
but I don't. Yeah, and Sinan's not
he did find
representing.
another one.
Sinan's not representing a counterspell here anyway. And then he'll cast
kill
the lightning.
Kill you for damage.
The lightning. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So we see.
Okay, we're gonna go to game 3 here, I think.
So we see Phillip win that game from maybe a little bit of a greedy play from Sinan, not Lava Coil.
Yeah, that Lava Coil, I think it should have come down on the Runaway Steamkin on turn 2.
Yeah.
It would have helped him not take 7 in the following turn. It also would have taken
the experimental
chance
frenzy
to
out of the
play
game.
The frenzy, like, he'd have to use the whole turn to do it, rather than being able to, poke through an extra 2 points of damage.
So, yeah, I don't think Sinan should bring Niv-Mizzet in. Okay, he's sideboarded out all of his Arclight Phoenixes, from the looks of it. Okay, so his plan is that Arclight Phoenix is terrible on the draw.
Yeah.
That he only wants it on the play. So we're gonna see him bring them back in, and I think that means he's gonna take out some of the slower, more interactive cards. Okay, so now we're gonna see maybe the replacement of Arclight Phoenixes for the Goblin Electromancers.
I think Sinan needs to just, pile in the removal here. Because there is basically nothing he can do about Phillip's burn spells.
Yeah.
If it's going to go to the face, it's going to go to the face.
I think
I wouldn't even waste counter magic. If I could hit the burn spells that were going to my face, unless I'm going to die to them, I'm not going to bother trying to counter them.
I think there may be an interesting thing here that Sinan is still keeping out 2 of his Arclight Phoenixes, maybe at the fear of Phillip's potential Lava Coils. And he doesn't know the deck list, so he's just playing around that, it would seem. So we're going to see Sinan on the play here.
I'd rather just consistently be able to deal with Phillip's board, rather than have the small chance of nutting 6 or 9 power onto the board.
Sinan's hand looks pretty good here. He's got Lava Coil.
Charter Course.
Charter Course,
Enigma Drake, or an Opt? I can't really tell.
So.
Fanatical Firebrand coming in for 1 point of damage. Puts Sinan to 19, but that's just something that's going to happen over the course of this game. Is that a Guild Gate?
Yeah, they play the one of Guild Gate as another source. Fix the mana a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose the Drake is double, so it's tough to cast, and you want to kind of curve into it because it draws you a card, so you can just run it out as a blocker.
Okay, so we didn't see a 2-drop here from Phillip. No, we did. Okay. So we're going to see the Steamkin, and hopefully Sinan
blows it up
the play
immediately.
Okay, so you drew a shock.
I'd use the shock on it, no problem.
Yeah, I think I'd just shock the Steamkin, let the... Maybe he's
thinking about coiling it, but Phillip doesn't have any recursion.
I think he should just shock the Steamkin so that he can play to the Fiery Cannonade in his hand.
No, this is a pirate. You can't.
Oh, sure. Okay, then he may just shock both. Okay, so...
This happened last game, and he's just leaving it.
So Phillip's just going to cost 2 spells, and it's going to be incredibly awkward for Sinan. I guess you can pair Shock with another Cannonade to get rid of it. We can see from Phillip's side, he has a Risk Factor, a Banefire, a Wizard's Lightning.
Gives this deck such explosive starts, and because basically everything except the top end is below 3 mana, anytime there's a fully grown Steamkin on the table, you try and kill it, you always get like a bit of mana and something to cast out of it.
So it's going to cost the Risk Factor.
Yeah, but Risk Factor having Jumpstart, you can get
so
somebody. So we're going to
see the Shock here. Okay, that's a good play. So...
Okay, in response to the Risk Factor,
so we're going to see Sinan take 4 and go down
so it goes to 14.
Yeah. So I think he's going to go for the Enigma Drake here.
Did he not take 1 off of the... Oh, no, Phillip wanted the extra point of damage.
Yeah.
Enigma Drake 1, 2, 3, I believe.
He does have the Experimental Frenzy, but I don't know if he's gonna go for the line of just.
Is that an opt at the top of Sinan's grid?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got a 3/4 Drake on the table.
So Philip's hand consists of, okay, so he's gonna just jam the frenzy.
Have a look at the top of his deck and pass the turn.
Yeah. So this looks good with Sinan as he's pretty much blocked Philip out of a couple of burn spells in his
3
hand.
damage.
Sinan, well, Philip's locked himself out of casting Banefire, Chain Whirler, and a Wizard's Lightning here. So he's heavily relying on the...
Banefire is fine. I would have loved to have the Chain Whirler on the board.
Okay, so...
but it's actually pointless because Sinan's creatures can just block it with little to no worry.
Sinan's board here is getting pretty gross here, as he has both Drakes here, and Philip's going to have to try and maybe answer both of these. Okay, so we see the Steamkin, which is a good start.
Land of the top, there we go.
And I think Philip's hoping for a fight with fire here. So
Sinan chewing on Philip a bit there. Why are you so shaky looking at the top of your deck? You can't be nervous. You can't control what's on top.
Sinan also has a Murmuring Mystic in his hand, so I think we're gonna see the attack for 6, play the Mystic and pass, something like that. Yeah, so we're gonna see the attack for 6 here, putting
maybe he wants to play the Mystic when he's got mana up.
Nah, I don't think he's got enough threats. I think he just wants to get them all out there, and then it's also a good blocker. So yeah, we're gonna see the Mystic.
Not even a.
You can't cast
an
that.
adult Steamkin can.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He's using it for the risk factor.
So risk. Sinan's just gonna make sure that Philip draws the cards and essentially just exiles the top 3 cards of Philip's deck because he can't cast.
Yeah, he can't do anything about it. So
fortunately for Philip, I believe it was 2 lands and an Experimental Frenzy.
Oh, so, lucky guy.
Yeah, those are good ones to get out of your deck. Okay, but Philip doesn't seem to be doing so hot. Oh, he has the fight with fire in his hand.
Yeah, that's awkward, hey?
Yeah.
Basically, one of the 4 removal spells in his deck that are relevant at this point.
Yeah. He could Banefire, but...
No, he'd have to get rid of that frenzy first.
Yeah. So... Did we see him play the land off the top of his deck with the frenzy?
Not yet.
Okay, so...
He's had 5 lands.
I do believe he should be able to cast
whatever's on top of his deck he can cast, but it might just be another Experimental Frenzy because he keeps looking at it and going, ugh.
Yeah. The Experimental Frenzy doesn't do anything. So Sinan needs to cast 3... No, how many spells?
I think he just needs to attack with what he has. At this point he's got a firm grip on the game.
And maybe another Steamkin? No, it's maybe like a Lightning Strike or something.
If there's a Steamkin on top of the deck, I'd play it.
So if he cracks the...
okay, he's got a land in hand, you can just stick it.
The land,
sure.
And then... I don't know what he has in his hand.
You can literally just go...
So Sinan can...
attack for a bunch of damage.
I believe it may be lethal with the Fiery Cannonade here as... Yeah, so we're going to see the Charter Course here.
Sure. Puts him to 8 power on board.
Yeah.
Possibly more, depending on what happens.
So we're going to see him discard one of these
another Drake.
Foils, I think.
Another Drake.
I think he'll discard... actually, he can discard a land here and then cast the Cannonade to get rid of the Steamkin. And then that provides the 11th power for the Murmuring Mystic. So I think we may see the Cannonade here, go for lethal, or we may play...
So he's got 8 power that can attack through what Philip's board is at the moment.
But
if he casts the Cannonade...
Yeah, then it will be exactly 11. Okay, so
it's just a Lava Coil.
Yeah, Lava Coil is much better then. You don't have to worry about him casting any spells.
I think he's missing his birds.
Yeah, so we're going to see an attack for Xaxes, which this deck actually surprisingly just does all the time.
Just the amount of damage we need, and that's 11 damage.
Yeah, so we're going to see an attack for exactly 11, and I think we'll see the handshake. Yep, and Philip realizes...
Cheers.
Yep, okay. And
2-0
that's the game.
2-1 to Sinan.
Yeah, 2-1 to Sinan.
We saw a really big crackling Drake game 1, which is probably the most powerful threat in this deck. I think the Arclight Phoenixes are just incidental value.
Yeah.
But the crackling Drake is the real workhorse here. Murmuring Mystic doing not too much. I mean, we spoke about it very highly, but he just didn't play it in a situation where it didn't die or, only add the 1 power. I mean, here it represented the point of damage that he needed to finish the game at that point. But it didn't really matter because he could have just discarded another instant or sorcery and attacked for 12 in the air. He should have actually just done that. Did he have anything else that he could have discarded?
He didn't want to discard a card because he didn't have to. He could have just cast all the spells in his hand.
Yeah,
but it was
fair
still
enough.
lethal already. So the card that surprised me there was the Steamkin, because I think Sinan's threat analysis of it was
a bit low.
A bit low.
He was like, I can leave it, and then it gave Phillip another 5 points of damage.
And then
we just get quiet because we've got the audio stream on, so we're listening to what they're saying. I think Phillip is just discussing the confusion with the shock and the lava coil, and the fact that he chose targets. Sure. But yeah, it's over now. So that puts Sinan up a game. Phillip's still not 100% out of the running yet. He can still make a comeback. And Sinan is a little firmer in for top 8. I believe what did we have? A couple of 10-pointers yesterday.
Yeah, we had a couple of.
So we need 3 wins and an ID. Basically, that's what's going to put you into top 8 here.
There's a bigger attendance here. I think there's 27 people here today.
Okay, sure. So we have an extra round. Yeah. So we've got 16, 32. No, it's still the same amount of rounds. We haven't gotten through 32 players yet. So there's no extra round before the cut.
So it'll be 5 rounds and then cut to the top 8. So are we gonna handle? Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That's it. See you guys next round.
It for us.